Hey everybody, this is Bodie with OCD Customs. Just wanted to do a quick video for you here. We've got two very similar trucks on two of the different chassis that we offer with OCD. This truck on the left is our OCD Knuckledragger. Truck on the right is our OCD Ibex. This left model is in our stainless steel Knuckledragger with a custom Cerakoted paint job on it. The one on the right is our OCD Ibex that's been heat colored to kind of match the body there. So take a look at this one on the left. I just want to do a quick video on some of the comparisons between the trucks, as some people may not be able to realize the differences just on social media posts and such of pictures and descriptions. So give a little description here in video form so that you guys can see everything. First of all, this is a J Concepts anvil body. We're a huge fan of the anvil, as you can see, both trucks. Very much fits our style here. We've got the Slim Shady visor on this one, XL roof rack, spur guard, and then on that truck we've got almost the same setup. Both trucks have hood stacks. As you can see, these hood stacks are a little bit thicker than these hood stacks. These thicker ones are not available at the moment, but we may be releasing them sometime soon in the future so that you could have a couple different options of thicknesses of the hood stacks, whether you want that beefy, mean look or the smaller look that doesn't take away quite a bit from the rest of your build. So let's pop the body off of this, give you a quick look at what's going on inside. Got a Reef servo, raw 800 brass, OCD Knuckledragger in stainless steel, black. Whole lot of purple washers. We like the accent stuff. Anything that can help make that body pop, especially on a black chassis like this. It just matches so well with the pink purple washers just to decorate it all up. Got a Hobby Wing 2-in-1 fusion in there. That's our OCD Customs blank skid that you can drill your own holes in to match whatever transmission you like. In our case, we've really been a fan of the Reef's small 3-gear transmission. Reefs has been great with us. We're a dealer for Reefs, so we support their products. As you can see, we've got the Reefs wheels on there as well. Those are rocking the Sen F450 spiked wheel lug nuts on those. Then we got J Concepts tires, Banff inserts in those. Very good sidewall support while still being very squishy. So check out Banff. They do a great product. Reefs, J Concepts, all brands we support very much. As you can see here, we've got the OCD Customs rear cab mount. This is for your standard cab only bodies. It just mounts right up to our chassis, hovers over the links, and it has forward and rear support so that you can adjust forward and back to fit whatever body that you have, as well as you can make it fit. So good thing to have on a cab only body. It works really good with our hood stacks and unicorn mount as well. They work in unison together really good to keep the body planted, not moving around all over the place. This also has, if you can see, little jaws inside of there, almost like teeth that grab the back of the body, and that helps it from moving around as well. So take a quick look here. This truck is rocking some modified Hardcore RC links. We have worked with Hardcore to have him make sets of links for our Knuckledragger and Ibex chassis, catered specifically to certain axle sets. We've got, I believe there's 3 different models. One's for the Portal axial axles, the AR45s. One's for the Vanquish F10 portals, and then one's for Capra axles. These trucks are both rocking axial AR60s to make them with a real wide, mean stance. And this truck has got the Hardcore Capra axle, or Capra links for our OCD Customs chassis, but the front has been modified to be able to work with the setup that we have. I say almost. Some trucks will go together with no modification, but when you get into really big custom builds, you're going to have some modification, especially in link setups with whatever motor you're running or transmission. If you don't want to end up getting a new motor or transmission, sometimes you have to make adjustments to the links and such to make everything work in unison with each other as well as you can. So We've got the links, wheels, tires, we covered that. Got a OCD welded stainless steel bumper on the front of that. This one's been sandblasted to give it that kind of a matte look. Not real shiny, not a lot of color, just kind of silver matte. So that's our bumper there. Stacks we talked about, motor, transmission, cab mount. Gotta love the washers. We rock the Desert Lizards. We know they're a big controversial topic in RC, but we've always liked them. They've treated us well. Once you know the magic touch on how to set them up properly, sometimes they've worked better than a lot of other products we've used in the past, and they're pretty affordable. So that's one thing there as well. We got the OCD bumper on the back, welded bumper, and this is rocking Vanquish, full Vanquish AR60 axles, front and rear, with the Hot Racing Skull diff covers. So just take a look here at the clearance on the OCD Knuckle Dragger. The Knuckle Dragger has quite a few more options for the shock positioning. This is our first chassis that we ever designed. We wanted it to be as modular as possible. We achieved that with how many holes that there are in the chassis, which also helps to bring the weight down on this, being stainless steel. So get a few cross braces and such in there. It really supports, and bumpers, supports the rigidity, and then all of the holes help to cut the weight down as much as possible while still having a whole lot of shock positioning. And gotta love the OCD logo up there and the brass knuckles in the back. That's the Knuckle Dragger for you. This truck's got, let's grab a tape measure here. Got about, let's see here, 2¼ inches of clearance to the skid plate, which is not very fair in comparison to this truck, because this truck's on 5.25-inch tires with 2.2 wheels. This is 2.2 wheels with tires that are about 5.8 to 5.9 inches tall. So take that into consideration. Knuckle Dragger is a great chassis. Very good for low and good center of gravity. Very low, mean on the uphill. You can achieve a really low center of gravity with this truck and have good side hilling and uphill because of the way it's set up. And with how modular it is, you can basically put whatever you want on it with not a whole lot of problems. So that's the Knuckle Dragger for you. We'll button that back up. Set that off to the side. And this is the OCD Customs Ibex chassis. Same idea, AR60 axles. This one's got big tires on it. Very chopped body for the, basically to look for the most performance. I've really been chasing performance with this truck, and being that it's on our titanium Ibex chassis, it has performed extremely well. Actually kind of blew me away a little bit with what it was doing here at my home course. I have yet to take it out to our local crawl spot, but I cannot wait to see what it does when the time comes. So as you can see here, we've got a colored OCD Customs Ibex titanium chassis. Same idea, front and rear OCD welded bumpers. Got a custom OCD Customs body here painted. I painted this body specifically to try and target the colors that are brought out when you heat metal, whether it's titanium or stainless steel. You get a lot of those purples, golds, and blues in the coloring. And this truck has almost everything heat colored that we offer. We've got a visor that's been heat colored. You can't see it very well in the light because that's stainless steel. It doesn't color as well as titanium. This roof rack is our XL titanium roof rack that I've targeted to try and make as blue as possible, which worked out pretty good. It's very blue and purple. And then we've got some more of those colored washers. This one's got pink, blue, and gold to try and match the rest of the theme going on with the truck. We'll take a look at the inside of this truck. This is our standard tall variant of the OCD Customs hood stacks. These are the colored variant, and this is the standard knob that we include with those hood stacks. Pop the top of this truck off here. Take a look at the inside of this one. So this truck, like I said, colored titanium Ibex chassis. This one's got hardcore Capra OCD links in the back with modified Wraith incision links in the front. This truck's got the VFD transmission, which causes a lot of headache with your link situation with these axles. So what I had to do was bend the uppers in almost an S shape and mount them outboard on the chassis so that I had room to fit that VFD with the Hobbywing 2-in-1 motor. This one's got a servo behind axle setup, a couple Vanquish add-ons there. Don't mind the battery tray, that's a custom job. Made that in a pinch to make everything work properly. Got the Desert Lizards on this truck as well. Those are 120 millimeter. This thing's got loads of articulation, which we prefer. Some trucks I have seen, and that's another argument of articulation versus not very much. We personally like to have a lot of articulation just to have more grip with the rock. Granted, I do have a truck that's on standard Proline shocks, and it also performs well. It kind of depends on what truck you're running and what you're going for on the build. But this one's basically the same setup. Got the OCD sliders, the OCD cab mount in the back to secure that body real well. The hood stacks up front, titanium Ibex chassis, welded bumper. And this truck has got quite a lot of clearance. With the Ibex, we have pushed the skid forward and up about 3/4 of an inch each way, and it still rocks about the same 8-ish% of a skid angle, where with this truck, with the VFD transmission, the way the VFD can sit in here, there's multiple configurations of it, but you can kind of get a little bit more than 8%. Usually I can get about 10% of skid angle on the VFD, but the VFD goes in pretty good. We've had good luck with it. But this truck's got, of course, it's going to be more clearance than the Knuckle Dragger due to the big tires. But we'll see. The clearance on this truck is just over 3 inches to the lowest part of the skid plate. And then on the back where the links meet the skid plate, you've got about 3.5, maybe 3 5/8 inches of clearance there due to the big tires, the taller and more forward skid location. And that's about the only differences between those trucks. We'll get an idea on what the clearance was to where the links meet the skid on the Knuckle Dragger, which is pretty darn good as well. You can see there, you've got just about 3 inches on that as well, where the links come up into the back of the chassis or the skid plate. So that's quite a good amount of clearance for a Knuckle Dragger on 5.25s versus the Ibex with larger tires. That being said as well, this has our OCD custom skid plate, which tucks up into the chassis farther, whereas you try to fit something like a Vanquish transmission skid plate into our chassis, you can see that the skid hangs lower than the chassis, which is going to cut down on some of your clearance as well. But just hoping that we could give you guys a good idea on what some of the differences were in those trucks. Forgive me, my camera mount is no longer at my home. We're in the process of trying to move homes, and apparently it got packed away. So had to do this video just freehanding the camera, which I think worked out pretty good, being that I could get up close and personal with some of those different things. So if you have any more questions about anything, feel free to leave it in the comments. We're going to post this video up to Facebook, hopefully Instagram if it'll let me, and potentially our YouTube channel. We've got a pretty fresh YouTube channel that doesn't have a lot going on, but we are trying to post longer talking videos like this on the channel. so that anyone that has any questions can reference those videos to get a little bit better of an idea rather than just a couple pictures here and there on our Facebook page. But make sure to give us a follow. We're still pretty new. We're trying to hit the skies with the amount of followers as much as we can. So feel free to ask any questions in the comments. Thank you.